Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please welcome Mr. Tony Todd. Have a seat, sir.
How you doing?
I am great.
Hello, everybody. Hope you've had a wonderful Motor City Con. Everybody's had a good weekend.
Do you get to Detroit often?
I do. I spend a lot of time in the Detroit airport, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, it's one of the hubs. Yeah, I spend a fair amount of time. I'm a blues guy. Nice. I go to the Raven Lounge whenever I'm in town. Didn't go this weekend because it's an hour away and had to be on the floor at 10. But normally, you get like Coney Dog.
Oh, man. Coney Dog. Shout out to Coney Dog. So, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to? I started the year doing a play.
Oh, nice. Treading the boards.
That's where I started.
Oh, excellent.
My MFA in theater at Trinity UM, great conservatory. So at least every 2 years I have to go back on stage. Done Broadway twice. Look forward to, I'm also working on a one-man show called Ghost in the House, which is about the lifespan of Jack Johnson, the first African-American heavyweight champion.
Wow.
So we've been touring that around a little bit in between. We have 4 films in the can.
4, good Lord.
Yeah, just did a project for DC, a huge 2018 is going to drop. I can't mention the name of it, but if you play Injustice 2, it's one of the 100 characters.
That narrows it down.
It does.
That must be galling, eh? When you have a project that you can't talk about like that.
First time that happened was when I did Call of Duty Black Ops 2. So I had this we shot it, 7 months before that opening. I couldn't tell anybody, not even my family or friends.
Oh, man.
They came back to me, didn't take away my salary. So that was difficult, but since then I've learned.
Those NDAs are brutal.
They are, but they're fun. It means that, you got a certain sense of cachet and value, and maybe somebody's going to want you to know that you're involved in some form of pop culture. That's what we're looking for, moments of pop culture. It's expanding.
Absolutely. So, I mean, your repertoire is massive, obviously, and so you do a lot of voice work as well as, you got your stage, you got your film work, and you got voice work as well. Yeah.
No commercials.
What do you prefer?
Theater.
Theater?
Theater, because it's where it started, it's fresh every night, you never know what the outcome's going to be. But lately it's been all standing ovations, which is...
That's always nice.
It's wonderful. And then that moment goes away, and in a city like New York, you're in New York. It never sleeps.
That's amazing. So, going back to the beginning, one of your first big movies was the Night of the Living Dead remake.
Well, my first film was Platoon.
Oh, of course, Platoon, yes.
So,
oh my God.
We hit the ground running. We had 4 Academy Awards.
Did you have to do boot camp?
Yeah, we did 3.5 weeks of mock boot camp in the Philippines.
Ooh.
And my woman who raised me, my aunt, we were like, it was because of her that I fell in love with cinema, because we would watch the 8 o'clock movie every night, and then she would use it as a morality tale. I did watch White Heat with James Cagney, and she said, what side do you want to be on?
That was the test.
It was a test. I said, I want to be James Cagney. She said, no. So that started the whole fascination with the love of storytelling.
Mm-hmm. But that must have been a hell of a set.
Yeah. Oh, it was great. I mean, for 3.5 weeks, we never changed our uniforms until the end of the 3rd week when we did a 25 walk. We went past a dead caribou, which is kind of like a cow, but we didn't pay any attention until we got back to the camp, and we were all covered with leeches. Oh. So instead of being freaked out by that, we were just happy that we could strip off these muddy, blood-soaked clothes and take them, clothes down.
Yeah.
Cold water. They've never seen so many people happy to be naked and not.
You must have really formed a brotherhood with the guys for that shoot.
Oh, and I was going to say, one of the actors, Paul Sanchez, who played the medic in the film, has conducted a series of interviews with everybody that was in it, and there's going to be a 30th anniversary documentary released this year.
Oh, fantastic.
Making Platoon, all the forgotten footage, some of the established footage. We got Charlie Sheen to narrate it, and
Oliver Stone must have been
He was
just
a
a
madman.
presence. Oh yeah.
He's a great guy. I credit him for giving me my first break-in film, but he was obsessed. We actually had to shut down for 2 days because Oliver is quick with the tongue, and he insulted a Filipino location scout. He smacked him on the butt with a towel. Filipino culture, that's a no-no. So all the Basilon knives are like these butterfly knives, and it's beautiful to handle. You do it with 2 hands, great. You cut it fly in midair. But anyway, those came out, and we had to shut down until he publicly apologized.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it.
And then, or you watch out for the chain-snatching monkeys that hover above you at all times, ready to swoop down and take whatever is listening.
They're cute and terrifying. And then, of course, so then you picked up Night of the Living Dead after that.
Yeah, a couple of years after.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was that a fun set or a brutal set?
Well, I was a fan of the original,
Mm-hmm.
and I knew in high school I wanted to be an actor. So when I saw Dwayne Jones do the original role, I said, okay, I can make it as an African-American actor in America. And so I always held that as a template in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So when I heard I was shooting a film in Pittsburgh with Forrest Whitaker called Criminal Justice, and he's the one that told me, hey man, you know, they're recasting this, and you and Dwayne are like cousins, you should get over there. So I met Tom Savini, grabbed him by the lapels, and he told me that it was done, and sat him down and just did an off-the-cuff improv about what I felt that it would feel like if he was isolated and alone on a country road, surrounded by zombies.
And then he envisioned it, and that was, I'm sure you must have crapped his pants when you did that.
I don't know, I've never done that before in my life. But one of my great drama teachers says you have to have perseverance, you have to have chutzpah, you have to have tenacity, and you have to believe in yourself strong enough to convince somebody else that you're the right person for the job.
Fantastic. And then soon after that, you did Candyman. Where you just big star role. I am. Well, you got so much.
Yeah, but there was another important one in there. It was the whole Star Trek family.
Oh my God. Of course.
Thank you. I mean, I auditioned with them 5 times. So we knew that we were going to do business. We just didn't know what it was going to be. And I'm happy that it ended up being Kern's brother.
That was a great character.
I almost forgot because they took me. But Michael Dorn and I are going to be reteaming to be a part of the Star Trek Online game.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, so one of the first, if you play games, as I do, see the Sons of Mold back in action again.
Damn straight. Oh, that was a great arc on the show.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to be jumping around,
That's
obviously.
okay, I like jumping around.
Yeah.
It's like playing Monopoly.
Candyman was great because, you know, big starring role in what was a major film. And was that Clive Barker?
Clive Barker,
Yeah.
the original source, but Burt
Right.
Rose, who did the adaptation, transposed it Chicago magnificently.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some people say it's a tempo of my life, and I say, okay, if that be honest with you, that's great. But again, I go back to theater. That's what really matters. There's no fakery in theater. It's real. What you see is what you get. So,
Absolutely.
Candyman's been great to me, and I appreciate people that enjoy it.
Well, I mean, your presence, it comes out in everything, obviously, but that was a big one for people to really get to see you in that big role, and it was something else.
I just had a meeting last week with Blumhouse Productions, who did Get Out, and so there's a young filmmaker I'm going to be working with starting June 19th for a project. Tentatively, it's called Vengeance, and it's Blumhouse Productions. So when you guys see me again, you
Cool.
check that out.
Oh, Blumhouse is on fire for sure.
Principal,
Okay, principal.
Charlie Hurd. And I did Lean on Me back in the day with Morgan Freeman, so that I was the head of security. So now I get to be the principal.
It's a progression. It's meant to be.
And then tomorrow I got an audition for David Kelly for his new show on Amazon.
Geez, busy much?
Dude, I like being busy.
Oh, that.
If I'm not busy, the wife tells me there's something that needs to be fixed or adjusted, like, you know, like a sequence of the game.
Yeah.
You know, she's also an AD, so we both work in business. So, we count the days when we're both home together. Because usually she's going out in the morning, I'm going out in the morning. But we understand each other, which makes it important.
That's
Keeps
amazing.
it fresh.
We've got a mic in the aisle there if anybody has any questions for Tony.
Another cat tomorrow.
Sorry?
We're
How many do you have?
We have 2 right now. The Cat Daddy Nico and Sparky Sparks. I got sent a picture. We had 2 choices. One looks like one and one looks like the other. We're choosing one that's kind of a mix of the 2. So we got this week's a whole week of adjustment. I love kittens.
Oh, who doesn't?
They're just unpredictable, full of life and joy. They don't have anything to say yet. So
Climb up your leg up.
climb up and you're like, yeah. I told her she's never really seen the kitten, but she's gonna get used to it. We switch out cat litter duties.
Excellent.
3 cats are a challenge.
3 cats are a challenge. I like challenges. One is a challenge if you don't give it enough love. I've seen Cat from Hell. I don't understand some of these cat problems. What do you do? But we both know how to whisper, so it's going to be good.
Well, once you hit 3, you might as well have 10.
No, I cut it off at 3.
3, yeah, 3's a good
It's
number.
good, and we have a nice house so they can be outside without being in danger of coyotes.
Oh man,
So,
cool.
yeah,
Let's talk a little bit about Final Destination.
another one. Yeah.
How did that come about? They must have had you in mind for that one.
No, you know what? I got a feeling that one of the rare projects that Samuel Jackson ever passed on was that.
Really?
Because he never passes.
That is empirically proven, yes.
You know, that originated as a script submission for The X-Files, which I did an episode of that called Sleepless that was very highly rated, and Jeffrey Reddick, the writer of it, sent it there, and it ended up with James Long and Glenn Morgan. And it didn't get accepted for The X-Files, but they decided to expand it into a movie. So, you know, we did 5 of those. Proud to be a part of them. Because it shoots up in Vancouver. If you've never been in Vancouver or anywhere in that area of Canada, it's amazing. It's known as Hollywood North because some of the most amazing sets and physical beauty that you ever want, and plus Northern Lights that you've ever want to see in your life. Go there.
It's a beautiful and well-used environment for things. It's
many different cities.
X-Files definitely would have shot there too. So
It's created part of the moodiness and the eerie atmosphere. I just shot a series here last year called Denver Summer, which was unfortunately canceled this year. It's on the Freeform channel, but you know, it's been almost 6 months ago last year. Hiking, swimming.
anybody from Vancouver? Do you get to a lot of cons?
Fair share. I choose them by where they are, you know, like Detroit, but again, I got fooled because I didn't get to Detroit. I got to meet a lot of good people, and I thank anybody that stopped by my table. It's been a pleasure. When we're going exciting this year, I may go back to Australia at the end of the year.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's an event there called Supernova, where they keep you for 2 weeks and you visit 3 different cities.
That's smart.
Another great place. Melbourne is called the City of Alleys. And it's just you walk down an alley and they learn how to transform the alleys into little kiosks and treasure chests and stuff. Kind of like gaming.
I got to New Zealand a couple of years ago. That was incredible.
Zealand.
Oh yeah? What'd you shoot there?
Xena.
Oh, Xena, wow.
Lived there 5 times. Amazing country.
Just incredible. Yeah, I got to go to the location where they shot the Rohan in Lord of the Rings in 2 Towers. It's just, oh my God, it's
Get
just...
to the Black Volcanic Beach area.
No.
There's a beach that's all black sand. It is unbelievable. I'm a nature guy and a foodie and stuff, so.
So yeah, I mean, you flown around the world for movies and whatnot. Do you like to travel on your own time?
Particularly if it's a good role. Like I shot a movie in Paris once, 6 months, called The Secret. Wonderful experience.
It's nice to get out too, like you said, like you didn't get out to down to Detroit, but I mean, a lot of people do these location shoots and then they never actually leave the trailer.
What's
Yeah.
the point of going someplace if you don't become a part of the people in the province, in the situation? You're missing out. You're just walking through life. It's about life.
Absolutely. Yes, sir, you have a question?
Hello? Yes, I do. I came up to your booth yesterday and I talked to you about Zoom and the Flash series, but I was checking out your profile. It looks like you've done a lot of quite a few animated DC adaptations, Young Justice, even one of the Lego DC movies,
Yeah.
Batman Brick and the Bold. how did you go from doing the animated stuff as voice work to doing Zoom in the Flash series?
First they call me and they ask me if I'm available. Are you busy rescuing a cat, or can you like get away from the cat food? And no, it's, you know, an actor's life is the phone ringing or not ringing. You know, the phone doesn't ring as much as it rings. Trust me, for every role I have, there are 10 that got away. So voiceover work is something I've come to lately in the last 5 years or so. And it's one of the toughest parts to get into in the business. So once you establish a relationship that you know you can handle it and not mess it up, they tend to call it more and more. But I love Zoom, by the way.
Is there a big difference in doing like an animated or versus live action, or is it pretty much the same? Like you're in a booth, just you know.
It's a different medium, because when you're in the booth, it's just your voice. It's isolated, and usually they just give you an image that you can do or not do. But you know, everything comes with, like, I was supposed to be in, maybe I shouldn't say this, one of the Marvel things. I did a full session and they ended up not using it, which really broke my heart. But
My God.
you can't get everything. So then I learned from that. But that, I spent, Jesus, one line in this particular project that didn't happen.
Sorry,
56 takes, for example.
56?
The simplest line, like, don't move, that kind of thing, you know? And so, which emphasis do we want, how we do it? So it's like, your mind is a computer anyway, you just put it in and then you figure it out. Usually your instincts are correct, and then sometimes nobody's buying, so it's all good. But I love Zoom, I love being part of DC Universe, and like I said, there's a character that's even, I don't want to say bigger or badder, but different than Zoom.
Thank you.
Todd.
Martian Manhunter.
Speculation. You can neither confirm nor deny. Yes, sir.
Hi. First, I just want to say thank you so much for coming this weekend.
It's been a pleasure.
So I absolutely love both George Romero and Tom Savini's versions of Night of the Living Dead, and Ben is such an amazing character in both films. However, his fate is obviously quite different in the original compared to Savini's version. Spoiler alert, like, he doesn't make it in either of them, but you know, his fate is quite different. Did you have any opinion or a perspective as far as how Ben, as you played him, was going to end up compared to in George Romero's version?
With Dwayne Jones,
yes,
who created Ben. Well, an actor has to know how the story is going to end, so that determines how he's going to play each scene, although you don't play for the end. But I knew, you know, obviously, Ben, that the irony is that he finds a key in the basement at the end of the journey. So I wanted to build and track towards that. I knew that it was going to be a vital surprise, and he turns into the very thing that he's afraid of, fighting his own life. So that, for me, was great. You know, George Romero was on the set of our version the entire time. So he and Tom are thick as thieves. So there was a lot of whispering, a lot of input. There's a lot of shots that Tom didn't get that he wanted to get. Like there's a moment Ben goes down in the front lawn after he's had his dealing with Barbara in the house. He's told her what's been going on, the place he came from. He wanted to do a tracking shot right into Ben's mouth and then break it out. You know, some dynamic things that we didn't get to shoot. But what we did get to shoot has been great. Fans have been appreciative of that film ever since I've been on the Cannes circuit, and I appreciate that. And I'm happy to stand on Dwayne's shoulders, because the only reason I'm here is because the people came before me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's always amazing what happens on a set when you're forced to, you've got limitations because of budget, and then you're forced to be creative to get around it too.
You have to, that's when the true magical practical effects came into effect.
Exactly.
Todd being a special effects artist, was able
yes.
to, one of the gods of special effects, was able to adapt on the fly. Tom is also a magician, and I'm an amateur magician as well, so a lot of our times was spent entertaining each other on set with, you know, different sleights and
Making people disappear.
in mind reading.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I was like looking at your page on the internet and stuff, and you guys been in a lot of horror movies throughout the years, and I was just curious of what's your favorite part of working in the horror industry?
Well, you know, aside from the obvious, it's hard for me to forget the ones that didn't work, because you learn from those. And I did a version of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde once, and I really loved that story. And unfortunately, I learned from that you're only as good as your weakest link. And not that I need cast approval or anything, but I need to trust the director is going to cast each role competently and choose the best person for the job. So that one has a particular stick in my claw because it didn't work, but it was a lot of work for me doing it because I had to do both characters and really had to get makeup for Mr. Hyde, do 6 hours of work on that, and then go back and do Dr. Jekyll, you know. So it was a tasking. It was sometimes actors nobody wants to make it easy, although our job is to make it look easy. It's a lot of work goes into creating an indelible character. If you're good, you create a whole backstory, you create a whole image work that you can work on, something from your own personal experience and stuff. But I didn't wake up saying I wanted to be a horror actor necessarily, which is why I always go back to theater when I get tired of getting sent scripts that are redundant. And I'm proud of it. But there's, you know, I've done over 220 projects and maybe 30% of them. Thank you.
Do you, is there a group that you work with theatrically, or do you just, how do you get parts in theater is what I'm saying?
They call me. Like when I did Sunset Baby at the beginning of the year, again, it was written by a woman from Detroit, Dominique Morrisseau, who was on the writing staff of Shameless. They wanted me to do the Scottish play right after. The actors never mentioned the Scottish play. That's a piece. Oh yeah, it's currently still running right now. We're going to end it until next month. So I would miss being together, and what I did was like a lot of emotional workout. So I will do the Scottish play, and I will do Coriolanus and something.
Oh, wow. Where do you intend to perform? What city? Or do you tour?
Well, there's some great regional theaters in this country, like Arena Stage in Washington, D.C., Huntington Theater in Boston, Broadway twice now, which is the best place to be. It's magical.
It's on fire now too. It's such a beautiful place.
You get out of your job and you don't have to work again till 7 o'clock the next day. And I'm a jazz guy as well as being a blues guy, so there's a couple of jazz spots I like to hang out in particular. And I did the movie Bird for Clint Eastwood. It was Charlie Parker's story. That was a great time.
Oh God, yeah. What was that like working with Clint? I mean, he's so casual.
He's so chill.
Yeah.
Like, and I kind of hate this. I like a director to be in the room if you're having an audition, because that way you can look at them and say, what would you like? And make an adjustment. But nowadays, as we get more and more into social media and things, the director and the producer are not in the room, which is a cheats the actor, because if there's an adjustment that they can give you, you can give it back to them. But Clint was one of the first that chose not to be in the room. The reason he decided he didn't want to make the actor feel uncomfortable. Because most of the time we feel like we're in judgment. You know, what do I need, what do I want? And then trust me, we sweat all the time. But once he decides that that's a person, he goes with it. And Clint never shoots more than two takes of a particular scene. You know, even if it's as complicated as there's more Sully, most people in that, it's, 2 takes.
I've heard that drives some actors nuts when he shoots the rehearsal and then uses it.
Well, but sometimes his instincts have proved to be right. So actors are always nuts about it. They always feel like there's another take that they could have done or maybe. If you don't leave a set and go home and start thinking about what did I do today? Do they have the right take? Then you're not an actor. We are self-critical people. We're always trying to fix ourselves.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hi, also thank you for coming to the Metro Detroit area. You're not in Detroit, but we appreciate it. Being a large horror fan, what is, in your opinion, as a fan, not an actor, what's your favorite horror movie in the last 3 years? There's been quite a few sequels, prequels, kind of been lots of grouped together that are similar, such as the Sinister movies, such as the you know, you have a favorite one as an audience member that you like?
I have to say in the next 3 years.
Last 3 to 5, yeah, the more current ones. Do you have a favorite?
I enjoyed Don't Breathe, I guess. Get Out was groundbreaking.
Okay.
So working with these guys, I have to say that.
All right.
Yeah, Get Out was good.
Nothing really grabbed your attention, just the
successful horror film in history. It's fantastic.
Jordan Peele. I mean, come on, Jordan Peele. Where did that come
Where did
from?
that come from? Well, we
Incredible.
always wanted to do horror.
Yeah.
And they blew houses in the horror business, so they hit gold in that.
You know, I mean, I was such a huge fan of Key and Peele, and they always said he had other stuff going on, but to just absolutely crush it on his first go.
Crushed it.
Oh,
Yeah, so they're trying to now, of course, the whole tendency is to find scripts like that. So,
sure, yeah, the copycats come around too.
well, what this script mentions is completely
Oh, yeah.
something that takes place in a high school, in an urban high school, so most of the protagonists and antagonists are black and Latino. You know, it's sort of a mix between Scream and Final Destination, Boys in the Hood.
Nice.
It's going to be a nice mashup.
Thanks again.
And then play a mysterious principal.
What principal doesn't have mysteries? The hidden background.
Yeah.
But that's fantastic that you keep it across the spectrum in terms of acting too. It's, you know, the fact that you keep going back to theater is a huge deal. Do you sing as well?
No, I play guitar though.
Oh, okay.
I don't sing. I mean, I love music. I DJed when I was in college.
But the musical theater, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I saw Hamilton. Amazing piece of work. And also Dear Evan Hansen, which is currently on Broadway. Listen to the soundtrack of this Spotify. It's mind-blowing.
It's great that the original stuff is getting there, because for a while it was all those jukebox musicals, and they're still out there, obviously.
Yeah.
But you know, proper theater. It's nice to see some original stuff.
I just auditioned for Carousel recently. There's going to have a Broadway revival.
Nice.
Playing the Dreamcatcher, but I didn't get it. I didn't get it.
What's your favorite play?
There's so many timeless classics.
Sure.
Well, I've done 3 August Wilson plays. You know, I got to work with August before he passed away.
Wow.
I originated King Henry II in Pittsburgh. And we originated, it was 3.5 hours long. But we got several awards, and you know, it was always nice to go to Samuel French, which is a theatrical bookstore, and see your name in the original. That's great.
But that's got to be exhausting. 3.5 hours.
Yeah, but it's good exhaustion.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's great. It's like playing a playoff game. It's
Every night.
it's a top of the game.
Yeah.
It's the fact that you can memorize 3.5 hours of dialogue, monologues, and you can tell the story to people. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, and it's nothing
And
like a
it's
lot.
also great to be a part of pop culture as well. The voiceover for a cartoon character. So they're both gives you different types of joy.
Yeah, but there's nothing like playing in front of a live audience.
No, that's why I admire musicians so much.
Yeah,
Being able to riff effortlessly. Our job is to make it look easy.
fantastic. Well, it's great that you're so busy. I mean, you know, some people just start to gear down, but you're just going full tilt.
That's yet to come.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm also writing. And,
Writing, excellent.
You know,
Excellent.
write soon.
Oh, that'll be great.
Yeah, I think I've worked with enough actors to be able to suggest to them what they could possibly do better.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I'm sure we all look forward to that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Tony's going to be on the floor for the rest of the day, so please come by, say hello. Tony Todd, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for your kindness, folks. Have the best year possible this year.
This video is sponsored by the Crazy Kings of Toys. Check them out for all your toy needs and find out why they are so crazy. Find them on eBay, Bricklink, and Facebook. Links are in the description. For more Toxic Pop, visit our website at toxicpop1.wixsite.com/toxicpop. Email us at toxicpop1@gmail.com and check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/toxicpop1 and Instagram at instagram.com/wearetoxicpop. Links are in the description.